TimeShot, it's TimeShot. I'm in the place where my friends are, and I know together we'll go far. Yeah, TimeShot, it's TimeShot, and I'm still doing things the TimeShot way. Hello, people, it's Poet, and we're back on TimeShot. Not a comment jam yet. I'm gonna probably be doing one if I can remember to by the next episode. I know that Pudsy's been craving mindless mining for an age, so maybe one of those in between as well. But yeah, basically the updates today are positives, which is a good change. You know, I remember it wasn't that long ago. I was giving just this story about what's been going on and the struggles that we're having financially and emotionally and so on and so forth. And someone in the comments, and I don't blame them for saying it. But they were basically saying, like, why are you trying to throw yourself a pity party? You know, just you really don't have it all that bad. Don't complain, kind of thing. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. But they were essentially saying, you know, you're making it sound so bad, like your life's so bad, and these videos are just nothing but depressing, and it's a pity party. You're trying to throw yourself a pity party. And I looked at what I was doing, and I thought, you know, it's not really fair. Am I not the only one on? Edson! I swear to God he wasn't on when I logged on. But anyway, I looked at what he was saying, or she was saying, and I thought, you know, it's not really fair to me, because, you know, it's not that I'm throwing myself a pity party. It's just what's going on. I'm telling you guys what's going on, informing you about how life is, and I purposefully leave a lot of it out to make it a little bit more palatable. You know, I don't tell you guys how, you know, I only eat peanut butter because that's all that I have in the house to eat, or rice 5 times a week kind of thing. I don't say things like that. Well, I just did, and I have in the past. I know, but that's an example. But like, I don't go out of my way to constantly say, "Oh, woe is me, I have it so hard." I'm not complaining about things like that. But if I'm saying, like, "Oh, I'm struggling financially, it's tough, you guys, I don't know what we're gonna do," it's not because I want anybody to feel bad. It's just that is a fact. This is what's going on. These are the facts. Sometimes the facts are good, sometimes they're bad. I can't pick and choose what I tell you guys. Well, I guess I absolutely can, but I choose not to. I choose to tell you guys and keep you informed about everything that's going on, the good and the bad, and just put myself out there. And I choose to do that on TimeShot because I always have, even back when this was red cubed, you know. And I say this was red cubed in that this series was generally, the talkie series was always red cubed. And when we were on red cubed, it was the same thing. Sometimes I would talk about everything from being in relationships that weren't healthy, to my grandfather passing away, to struggles with depression and things like that. Like, that was always the way that it was back then too. But you always couple it with good news. And back then, of course, on the Red Cube days, it was this excitement that, you know, I'm gonna be a YouTuber full time. I at that time had a really successful job. I was just getting into a relationship, more or less, with Win. And it was good things, and some bad things. Lately, yes, I do admit that there are a lot of bad things going on, and I wish there was more good news to tell people. And that was my comment back then. So going back to that other comment that was saying, like, you're just trying to throw yourself a pity party here. The answer that I remember giving was something akin to, like, you know, if I had good news to give, I would give it. Like, I'm not avoiding giving good news. I wish that I had good news to give, genuinely. So there's that. But today, like I was saying, it's more good news. So we've been working, me and Win, at getting this whole Fiance visa done and dealt with. And to give you an example of, well, okay, I know that I explained this on the live stream, but I didn't explain this in a video, so you might have missed it. I also didn't post that live stream, so there's a really good chance you missed it. But some of you saw a tweet go out, I think Win tweeted it out, that we got what's called an RFE. And the RFE is not an approval for the marriage, for the visa. It's a request for evidence, further evidence. They need further evidence that we are in a relationship, kind of thing. And it doesn't really stall things, but it can potentially delay things for up to a month more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Let's just go to 26. I need it to be an even number. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that should be the middle, which means pillar block there and there. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a good thing either. It's not like, oh yeah, we believe you. And here's the thing, is that we submitted it's so ridiculous. We submitted plane ticket purchases. We submitted pictures of us together, like 6 pictures of us together. We submitted intent letters. Like, I actually had to write a letter saying, I hereby swear that I, Poet, will marry Win within 90 days of entry into the United States and am legally able to do so. And like, I had to swear to that. We submitted that. And I think there was other evidence as well, I'm pretty sure. But we always thought that the pictures would be good enough to prove that we had been together. They sent back this RFE and said, please prove that you have met. And so it was kind of like, oh, well, But the thing is that you have to prove that you've met within 2 years. The last 2 years. And I don't know why that's a requirement. To me, that doesn't make sense. I don't know why it's 2 years. It's such an odd number. Like, if I've met... I can see, like, if you've never met the person that you're gonna marry, that you met online. If you've never met and all of a sudden you're getting married. Okay, red flags. But, like, financial situations and other kinds of situations can arise that make it so that you cannot meet for a long time. What difference does it make if it was 2 years ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago? So it's a weird kind of thing, this 2 years required. But we have met within the last 2 years. So that's, we're okay. We're all right, we thought. But how do we prove that? And this is the tweet that Wynn sent out was like, you know, when you start a relationship with someone, you don't ever believe that you're going to have to save every little piece of evidence that you met. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then a base block. Okay. Yeah, it's just this weird situation where like you never, when you start dating someone, even if it's like a long distance relationship, like you have to keep mementos of it. Because what if all of a sudden tomorrow they are going to, you know, want to get married to you, and then what do? Because you have to prove that you were together, and how do you prove that you were together? Well, good luck. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out what level. I guess this level right here. There. You have to prove that you were together, and that can be very difficult. You have to save things like receipts. Like they were saying, oh, well, maybe you purchased things at the same time, and you'd both have receipts of those purchases together at the same time. And I'm who does that? Who, like, if I'm buying Wynn dinner or something, I'm not gonna say, hey, can you I'll buy half, you buy half. Well, I guess some people do that, but like it's more to the effect of like, I go to a store and buy a stick of gum, and then she goes to a store and buys a stick of gum at the same store, and then we can prove that we were both at that same store together. And it's so ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So we didn't really keep a lot of that kind of stuff, but hopefully now we've sent in enough information. So now I've sent in credit card statement showing that I was in Great Britain and the US at the same time as Wynn. We've sent pictures, again, more pictures of us together, dated and time-stamped on Instagram. We've now sent in copies of our passports with all the stamps of me entering the country. I sent in the engagement ring receipt that I purchased for Wynn while I was in the United States, because I bought it when I was in the US before I proposed to her. New statements of intent saying, I hereby swear that I will marry her at such and such a date. And so we're crossing our fingers. We're crossing our fingers that that's good enough, but it's all been received and sent in and received and stuff. So the reason why this is good news is because I'm 100% positive that what we've sent in now will be good enough. I mean, it's got to be. It's got to be good enough. So with that said, I could get approval in the next few days. Like, seriously, like a few days. Generally, they say it takes about a week to get the whole thing re-evaluated, and they then either deny it, which I know they're not going to do, or they approve it. When it's approved, I am not an American yet. The process goes that I then need to schedule an appointment. Once they say, yep, you're approved, stamp of approval, seal of approval, they then send the whole package and info to the U.S. consulate in Canada, which I would then need to travel to, schedule an appointment for, and travel to get an interview done to prove that I am who I am and that we're in a relationship and so on and so forth. That in itself is going to be an expense. The expenses never end. But once that's approved, I can legally move and live in the United States. So essentially, I will be, quote unquote, an American at that point. And I will be able to then marry Win, and we'll be able to live together permanently, which is nice. So, like I said, the reason that this is all good news is because this could be happening within the next, as early as 2 months. Let's say 2 months total is going to be what it is. Because I need to get some information together and travel out there, save up some money to travel to. The consulate is in Montreal, Canada, which is not close to me. I'm closer to Win than I am to Montreal. That's how I'll explain how far that is. Canada is the largest country in the world by land mass. So traveling from one side to the other is not... You can't do it in an afternoon type of thing. So it's sort of crazy that I'm basically in the center of Canada, and Montreal's closer to the eastern side, sort of directly above New York kind of thing. It's not that close. So I got to travel out there, do my interview. That'll be fun. I don't mind doing that. So this is all happening within a few months, and then I'll be able to move there. So excited that this is all happening. It's going to be amazing, finally moving out there. So the last few days, that's been my life. Is gathering the information that we need. I had to go down to the police station and get a criminal record check. And you see, these are the things that they don't tell you. Like, I've done so much research. Like, I've spent hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. You guys have no idea. Like, I even didn't stream. I canceled my stream on I think it was the Wednesday. Like, I got partnered on Beam, and now the last, I think, 3 streams I haven't done. Whoop. The last few streams I haven't done because I've just been busy. I've been busy doing research on the whole immigration process. And then Friday, like I said, I was beginning to say, I had to go to the police station to get a criminal check done. But what I was going to say is that, like, I've done so much research that I know that during your interview process, when you finally get to that stage, you need to submit a criminal record check. But if you didn't do your research, you wouldn't know. You would not know. Nobody would have told you ahead of time, oh, by the way, you need this. So I knew ahead of time, and I, in fact, probably could have done it earlier, but they say, well, you can only do it within 6 months of your interview. So there's always a timestamp on everything, whether it's, oh, you have to have met within 2 years. Oh, those photos, those passport photos have to be taken within 30 days of the application. Oh, the criminal record check has to be valid for only 6 months, you know, things like that. So I didn't do it right away, but I knew that it needed to be done. And now that we're getting close, and I'm saying, okay, well, maybe there's only like a couple months left, I better get that check done. So I went in yesterday, sat in the police office for, had to be about an hour, got the check done, and they say to me, okay, well, we're gonna mail it out. It'll be 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks? I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot. It's not, really. But let's say it's over, it's as many as 2 months. I thought I grabbed enough quartz. I didn't grab nearly enough. Let's say it's another 2 months that it'll take just to get the criminal check. If it's 8 weeks. That's insane! And here, meanwhile, I could have, you know, if they approve the whole thing next week, in a few days, next week, and and then they send in the thing to the consulate, and then they send me the package saying, okay, well, time to schedule your interview. These are the things you'll need. That would have been like another, let's say, month. And meanwhile, I would have been delayed even more. Just waiting for a criminal record check. I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't do it sooner. There are now 2 cows down there. Kind of annoyed that I didn't do it sooner, honestly. But you can't, actually, because you don't know when your thing is going to get approved or if it's ever going to be approved. Like, here's the thing, is that technically I did the record check. I still don't know if they're going to approve it right now or if they're going to say, nope, you know what, we still need more evidence, or nope, you know what, we're denying you entry. Oh, that would really, I mean, if they denied me, we've already said it. We're just going to go and get married. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We are actually just going to go and get married. If they say, you know what, your application's been denied, you cannot enter the United States to get married. What we would then do is she would probably come here. We would get married here. And then she would just file for transfer of status, and then it takes a lot longer. I've heard of people doing that. It takes a lot longer, like up to a year plus before the person can legally enter the US, which, you know, honestly, that emotionally, I don't know how we'd ever handle that. That would be extreme. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a base underneath that. Okay. Got it. Just refreshing my memory. Because it takes its emotional toll on you, honestly. Like, I love Wynn so much. I'll never leave her, no matter what happens. But it's just, like, it's so emotionally stressful, and, like, we want to be able to be with each other. Online is fine, but when you love someone, you want to be able to hug them, you want to be able to kiss them, you want to be able to be in the same room as them. It's just, there's something about it, you know. So it's this really tough situation, and if we then got denied, and it would be, okay, well, now we have to continue to be apart for as much as another year, and there's no chance that they'll approve that adjustment of status. It's painful. It's so painful, you know. I envy, and envy's the perfect word. I envy the people who are in love, who love someone, and, you know, can just up and move. Can up and say, you know what? I love you. I'm moving in with you. Just like that. I would give anything. And I am giving everything to try to do that. I envy the people who just can. It's so it's frustrating to see other people who are in relationships and who could just, you know, oh, I want to move in with you. Okay. Oh, you live in Colorado and I live in Texas. Okay, well, I'm moving to Colorado. And you could do that tomorrow. Done. The end. Enjoy the rest of your life together. From as soon as there's a border involved, it's a huge process, thousands of dollars, countless hours of just this gut-wrenching feeling that you might not ever be together. It's so stressful. Anyway, there was this, I put a donation goal on my page on the stream, And the donation goal was basically like fly me to go see Win, because I looked up plane tickets to go see Win again, and $415 US, and that's it. That's it. $415. I could be there for like a month, 2 months. I don't know. Just be there until the thing is approved. And someone in the comments said something like, oh, well, you know, I realize that your money is really tight. Shouldn't you be focusing on that rather than, you know, focusing on just going and visiting each other? And it's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I absolutely agree. That money is so tight that what am I thinking? Wanting to go out there for another X amount of days, when honestly that money would be better spent feeding ourselves, paying our rent, and so on. But I know, and Win even agrees with that, because I said, hey Win, it's $415 to go see you. I have a goal up, and someone even donated already. We're up to like $115 out of the $415. So hey, like, you know, that's a great thing. And she even was saying like, that is a great thing, but we need to save our money so that we can be together permanently, rather than spending it on just being with each other for X amount of days. And that is hard to hear as well, especially when, like, I haven't seen my stepchildren, my future stepchildren, but, you know, they basically are my stepchildren. I haven't seen them in almost a year. You know, it's not just about me loving Win. I love her. I also have these kids that I want to be a part of my life, who I also love, and they haven't seen me in like in a year, honestly, because last time I was there was in July, and we're at May. Let's say we're at May. Let's round up that we're at May right now. It'll have been one whole year and I haven't seen them. And that, you know, I've seen them. I've said hello to them on FaceTime or on Skype. I've waved and said hello, and they've even had me on a FaceTime call while they were all playing a game of Monopoly, so that I could watch and kind of try to be involved. That sucks. It's so painful that you can't be with those you love. So that's sort of the reality right now, is that, you know, I haven't seen them in a year, and I want to. And being told that, well, no, you can't, because you should really be saving money for other things, and like that's a tough pill to swallow. That's honestly, I hate doing it. I don't want to do that. So I'm still, the goal still remains. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it though, because I mean, Win has a point. You know, we should be saving it for the whole process, and even just to feed ourselves, kind of thing. So what can I say? What can I say? I can't imagine what. You know, I hear so many people are going through this whole process. That's the thing I hear a lot, is that there are so many people going through the whole process, especially in the online world. I'm surprised that things are as backwards and as archaic and outdated as they are. you know, I get the whole immigration problems that the U.S. are having, but it's not just the U.S. Other countries do the same types of immigration things. I'm just so surprised that in this day and age that there's still this huge trust issue, that a few bad eggs ruin it for everyone else. And that if you can even subtly prove that you are in love with someone, you should be able to get married and move there, you know. I don't know. It seems like it's a this is the thing, is that I haven't done anything illegal. And I know that people do when they immigrate to the US. They do it for illegal reasons. But you'd think, or I would think, that that's where the law should crack down. Is, you know what? This guy came into the US and he's doing illegal things. Okay, arrest him for doing those illegal things. But it seems like they focus a lot on the preventative, like, well, let's not have him enter the US at all, ever. Let's scrutinize everyone to prevent that from ever happening, because we don't want to have to arrest him here. I don't know why. It seems like this whole process is preventative, and to me, more than 9 times out of 10, it's people just wanting to legally move in to be with their loved ones. It would be like banning all international flights because you just don't want to deal with the chance that someone on one of those international flights might be a bad person. It doesn't make sense. It's such a stupid... I could rant and rant and rant. But anyway, I still choose to say that this is a positive, that we are moving forward positively. It could be a few days now. A few days, and I could have my approval. And when I have that approval, well, it's all good things from there. Because then, you know, I can't lose kind of thing. It's just getting past this first bit of scrutiny that I can't stand. But it's still a good thing. So, yeah, I just miss them all, you know? I miss them. But that's what I've been doing lately, is working to get... I did my criminal record check 6 to 8 weeks. And then I also figured out that I have to have a valid passport for, I think, up to 6 months of the time of approval or something like that. And my passport actually legit expires in 2 months. So now I need to go get a new passport also, and do more forms, do more checks, do more... all of that. It's a ridiculous process to do. I just want to live with them. I just want to be there. Is that too much to ask? The funny thing is that, like, for all the evidence that we submitted, like pictures of us together, plane tickets and all that, everybody was saying, like, well, you know, it's the 2-year rule. You can prove that you were together, but you can't prove that you were together within the last 2 years. You can show that you were in Britain, but that could have been taken 10 years ago. You can show that you were together, you know, doing a recording together, but that, who knows when that was recorded, and things like that. It's just funny that we have to prove that we've been together. And, you know, like I was saying at the beginning, if you're in a long distance relationship, you don't plan for things like that. You don't plan that, oh, maybe I should save this obscure receipt of me buying a pack of gum at this place because, you know, 3-4 years from now, we're gonna get married and this is gonna come in handy. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. And now, yeah, I have to do a bunch of more paperwork and get all that done, get my new passport, get my criminal record check finalized, and Then I have to fly to Montreal, do a medical exam. Hopefully it's ready within a couple days of the interview. And it's just this long, arduous process, but worth it in the end. I envy every single person who can just be with the person they love. I envy it so much. Anyway, with that all said, we'll see you guys next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.